Okay, there you go. So in the example here, in the gymnast, the lady, she was a gymnast. She states, "In my country, they speak of a man so virile, so potent, that to spend a night with such a man is to enter a world of such sensual delights most women dare not dream of. This man is known as the comedian. You may tell jokes, Mr. Jerry Seinfeld, but you are no comedian." The assumption, right? The missing premise there is the assumption is that a comedian, uh, is a good lover. He's not a good lover. Ta-da. Okay. All right, take a look at page 36 if you want more of that. Let's get into flowcharts. Flowcharts are super fun. I love them. If you want to do one, I will give you a little bit of extra credit. Mostly they're just, I like doing them because it's kind of like, oh, if yes or no, right? Let's give you an example of the say hi flowchart. If you go into the, what do you call it? The lecture notes, you're going to see some examples of different types of flowcharts. Feel free to make one of your own and upload it with your reading response. I'd love to see what you come up with. Every year, students always do something really either very similar, they all kind of seem to do the same one, or they do something really creative. If you're a Canva person or Adobe person, you really want to create something artful and just have fun and get into the practice, please do. I'm all for that. Or you could draw it out. I have students who've done it by hand too. All right, so let's just do a really quick flow chart here. So I just saw someone I know. This is the question. Do I say hi? Okay. There's the yes or the no. So do you remember the person's name? Yes or no? No? All right. So we go down to the no. We're going to go down to a flow chart. Remember, each flow chart goes down to one of two options, and then one of two options, and then you get your conclusions. See? Okay. So do you remember the person's name? No? Go down. Is there time to flee? No? Go down. Could you pretend to get a call on a cell phone? No. Go down. Are you wearing sunglasses? Yes. Keep walking. I feel bad because I'm a social butterfly, but I also get exhausted by people, which is a weird thing. If you knew me, you'd be like, okay. I have puppy energy. I get real excited, but the problem is I have puppy energy. I'm like, I'm so happy to see you. I want to take a nap. So my energy only goes so far, but sometimes I get excited to see people. Other times, I just want to keep my glasses on and keep walking. Alrighty. Anyway, okay. So the problem again when we talk about, I guess, entomemes and assumptions and all these things is there are always consequences with not including all the information or finding all the information. Okay. Can an argument be based on invalid deduction? Yes, absolutely. A way in which an argument is based on an invalid deduction is stereotyping. This is also hasty generalization. Stereotyping is hasty generalization, meaning assuming something to be true based on either one person or one thing. So examples, unfortunately, keep in mind, stereotyping is terrible, and so that therefore my examples are going to be terrible. Okay. That being the case, this is why stereotyping is dangerous and harmful, is because it is making assumptions about things that are not true, or one assuming the whole. Like, say, my friend who is, has dark curly hair does some dickhead thing. I assume all people with dark curly hair, are dicks, right? That's an assumption. It's a hasty generalization, one assuming the whole. It's like this, assuming the lines don't meet based on one sample size. The more sample sizes you get, the more information you get. Oh, the more you connect and realize, oh, either it's true or it isn't true based on the information that you receive. I'm going to say, based on that statement with dark curly hair, everyone who has dark curly hair is a dick. I'm going to say that is not true. That is an assumption based on one sample size. Okay, so couple of stereotypes. Again, I apologize profusely for these, but this unfortunately is how stereotypes work. All Asians are bad drivers is a stereotype. All blondes are dumb is a stereotype. And all English teachers get pregnant. All right. That one makes me laugh because I feel like there was a time where like everyone's like, dude, my English teacher's pregnant. Mine too. And it was like this thing across the board. I'm like, I better go like stop drinking the water, Anyway, So that being the case, that would be a stereotype. I don't have kids and no, I'm not pregnant. Okay. Stereotyping is a type of faulty entomeme. It leads to the fallacy of hasty generalization. One way to become a critical thinker is also to be mindful of watch stereotyping in your own thinking. How might you unintentionally characterize someone or some being based on a quality of theirs, assuming all people of one political view are this way, assuming all people of one religion are this way, assuming all people with this hair color, skin color, eye color, whatever the case may be. It is always going to be a hasty generalization when you base one thing on all people. There might be people who, and I talk about this in my English 2 class, who want to be assumed based on the way they dress or the way they act or the things that they say. They want to be assumed a certain way, whether towards a certain political ideology or, whatever. We still need to be mindful that people are individual, experiences are individual, and not all one assumes the whole, whatever the case may be. So assumptions are dangerous. Entomemes are dangerous because it's not giving you all the information. Reality assumptions are incredibly dangerous because we're not looking at all the facts. And stereotyping is dangerous too because it creates fear or anger or whatever the case may be. So as critical thinkers, the second you see something where you want to have an emotional reaction to it because of, again, an assumption or some kind of assumed value or assumed reality assumption, pause and go, what are the truth? What's the fact behind this? Because otherwise, one, you're not being a critical thinker, and then two, it's harmful. And that's kind of what we're trying to avoid here, is because it goes both ways, right? You wouldn't want someone to make assumptions about you and then it could potentially cause you harm and blah, blah, and blah, blah. It does go both ways, even though you might feel maybe the dominant person within that argument. Harm can go both ways. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. There we are. So yeah, that's reality assumptions and syllogisms. And hopefully if you have any questions, you message me, ask me questions, and I look forward to your reading responses.